Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome to the vlog. I hope the start of your day is absolutely amazing, and I hope that the next 12 to 15 minutes you can just forget about all your problems and just join us for our day. Now, I have a ton of work to do, and I have a couple ideas, something fun that I'm gonna do later, but I'm gonna get the day started with one crazy thing, and that's this. What in the heck is going on with your donut pants?
These are amazing. And I can tell you right now, these are making my day amazing, and I feel like everybody should get a pair.
Everyone should get a pair of donut pants.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, do me a favor, comment down below what you think about these donut pants.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh. I'm not going out in public with her. I'm gonna be honest with you. If she wears those out in public, I'm not even getting anywhere near. What do you guys say we get this day started? So before I get my day started, I wanted to tell you guys I'm excited and a little bit nervous because I just booked my flights to Jakarta, Indonesia. I told you guys I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, and you guys encouraged me to do it, so I did it. So I'm heading out on the 10th of May, and I'll be there for 10 or 11 days. So anyone that's in the Jakarta area, please come see me. I'll be at the Reptile Show from the 13th to the 14th, and then the rest of the time I'll be traveling around, and of course I'll bring you guys along on the adventure. I'm a little bit concerned that there might be a day or two I might miss on the vlog just because of travel, but they assure me I'm going to have plenty of access to internet, so I should be able to upload. So I'm going to try not to miss a day, but if I do miss a day, please forgive me, but I'm going to do my best to hit every single day while I'm gone. It's going to be absolutely epic. And again, I'm a little bit nervous because it's a long trip and I'm going to be gone in Florida and California and then now this, so it's gonna be a busy travel time, but it's gonna be epic, isn't it? All right, guys, so I have an idea that I've been thinking about for quite some time, and today I'm gonna actually try it. You guys have probably seen when we have Lucy or Daisy out, sometimes they really like to go for RJ's pool. Well, of course, if RJ is in there, that's a bad situation. So I decided, why don't we clean RJ's pool out? We'll just let RJ run around a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and let Lucy and Daisy swim around in his pool a little bit. And then I thought, well, if I'm gonna do that, I might as well get in. So I have my shorts on, and we're gonna go for a little swim. How's that sound? All right, guys, so I've got Lucy out. And she is just contorting me right now. She is just out of control. She's in sheds. So it's a little bit weirder, but somehow she's just really got my knee where she's twisting my knee like crazy. Let's go inside the pool. Come on. There you go, sweetheart. All right, let's go. There she is.
Look at her.
She loves it. She loves the pool. Look at how awesome that is, huh? How cool is that? Oh, this is great. We're gonna have to do this every week. This is absolutely awesome. I mean, she's digging it. And you know, reticulated pythons are definitely more of an animal that likes to seem to be under the water than, say, a Burmese python. So she took to this like unbelievable. Good girl. I think she's loving this. This is really good, and it's probably really good for her too, because not only is she going opaque into shed, which will really help kind of moisturize her skin, but it's really great exercise for her too. This is absolutely awesome. I mean, this is a great experience. I wonder if they strike in water. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm starting to wonder myself, like, do I want to get close to her? Oh crap. This is a sketchy freaking spot right here. Relax, honey. You're so silly. I tell you what, this is a great day's work. This is what I want to do every day of my life. Get in the pool and wrangle a snake. What are you doing? She is so fired up today. I don't know what her problem is. I think it's just the fact that she's opaque, because she's actually been really good lately as far as being really good to us, but I think she's just kind of... Come on, girl. That's enough. That's enough. That's okay. Okay, silly. So what do you guys think? Is this awesome or what? I mean, would you guys jump in a pool with a 19-foot snake that is has a little bit of an attitude, and you can kind of see that she's starting to shed how her little scuff on her head looks so much better. So hopefully, God willing, after the shed it'll look a lot better. see how she is. You okay, girl? Yes, you are. Look at how beautiful she is, huh? Oh, you're such a good girl. It's okay, sweetheart. What do you think? Want to just leave her in here? I think I'm just going to leave her in here for a few minutes, let her just completely chill out in here and just soak up. I think this is a great thing. There you go. All right, let's get her cage up. We'll just leave her in a little bit, and then maybe we'll come in with Daisy, because I have a feeling Daisy's going to be a lot better. Okay, so it's Daisy's turn. She is so much easier to handle than Lucy, because she cooperates a lot more, and you don't have to worry about Lucy getting a little cantankerous and biting you. So, let's see, although she's giving me a pretty good hug. Girl, what do you think about this water? You like it as much as Lucy? Oh, maybe not as much as Lucy. Okay, girl, do you want to swim around or no? Oh. So she doesn't like it as much as Lucy, which is weird. See if she can stand it. Whoa, come on, girl, get a little exercise. There she goes. But she doesn't like it as much. That's kind of crazy, because like I said, Lucy, it could be the fact that Lucy was shedding and she just was like, oh my God, this feels so good, because again, they want all that moisture. But usually reticulated pythons like the water, and it's good for Daisy. You know, she just shed just about a week and a half ago, really in a good, we soaked her and got her a really good shed. Maybe she's just like, I don't really need the water, but now she's starting to cruise around a little bit more and enjoying it. But you can see, I mean, it's amazing how snakes are so adept. And basically what happens is, you know, snakes, about 2/3 of their body are lungs. And so it's like an air sac, essentially. And what they do is they just inflate that air sac, and then they can float, or they let the air out and they can sink. And a reticulated python, you know, they can go in the water and they can sink down for, you know, 5 or 10 minutes without breathing, or they'll come up and just put just their nostrils out. Come on, girl. And so they're really typically very adept swimmers. Daisy doesn't, this is the first time Daisy's ever been in a big pool like this, so she's probably wondering what the heck is going on, but nevertheless, she's getting it, she's hanging out. Of course, the downside to this is the fact that Lucy peed in this water, so I happen to be swimming around in pea water right now, which is, you know, is good for the complexion, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to do my best not to ingest any of this pea water. I'm definitely going to be needing a shower after I'm done playing with these guys, but I can tell you this much, playing with Daisy in this water is a lot funner than playing with Lucy, because again, she's just hanging out, she's having a good time, she's being really good, but Lucy, just holding her like that, you know, you never know what was going to happen. So anyways, I'm going to just go ahead and let her swim around for a little bit. We'll clean her cage up, we'll get her back, and this will be great exercise and everything for good old Daisy. She's a beauty, isn't she? So guys, that was absolutely epic. I mean, I had such a good time swimming with them. Lucy was a handful, and there was a couple times she got pretty close to getting me, but Daisy was absolutely incredible, and I know they had a great time. The only problem now is I'm covered in wet pee. Well, mainly water, but a little bit of pee, because that's pretty gross. So I'm gonna try to wash up the best I can. Okay guys, can we have a little bit of a talk here? And this is gonna be a little bit serious. So I'm assuming that by now there's probably 15 or 20 comments that are asking where Satan is. And I've been talking about updating what's going on and really been putting this off. And let me tell you why I've been putting it off. When you keep animals, problems arise. You lose animals, things happen. But unfortunately, in my position, there's a group of people that will use anything that happens to my animals as somehow it's my fault and that I'm abusing animals. So I'm always reluctant to say things until I really know what I can tell you guys. And I've wanted to talk about this for the last couple weeks, but I just haven't mentally been able to do it. So let me start by saying that Burmese pythons have something that I believe is called a mycoplasm. So stemming back about 15 years ago, there was a chronic respiratory problem with Burmese pythons. And there were collections that were 150, 200 Burmese strong back when Burmese were very, very popular as pet animals. And that's a whole nother topic in itself. That lost every single Burmese in their collection. And it was a chronic problem. So they would get sick, they'd get better, they'd get sick, they'd get better, they'd get sick, they'd get better, and eventually they would succumb to the sickness. So after a while, their immune system just kept getting broken down, and there was nothing you could do. You could treat them, they'd get better, they'd get sick again. And it was usually, seasonal. And a lot of them were really attached to the albino gene and the granite Burmese python gene. That's really where it started, but the labyrinths had it, and really as you were breeding this to that, I mean, there's probably very few Burmese pythons out there that do not have some link to this chronic problem. There are some. As a matter of fact, when I was up at the Dells and I was visiting the zoo there, he had told me he had some Burmese that were free of that respiratory, and that's why he didn't bring any more Burmese into his collection, because he didn't want to introduce animals that were prone to respiratory infection. That being said, I do want to back up 1 second. Sunshine never showed symptoms of respiratory. So does that mean that she didn't have it and that might have been what caused her death? It's possible, because reptiles do have a tendency to hide issues and sometimes can die or have issues when you don't see any symptoms. But I have nothing to believe that Sunshine succumbed to the sickness, because I had her for long enough and she never got sick. And typically when animals do die, they've gotten sick and gotten better and gotten sick and gotten better several times. So Satan had been dealing with respiratory infections on and off for the last probably 5 or 6 years. During the winter, she would get sick, she would blow bubbles, she'd snot, and then she would eventually get better in the spring. This winter, she got sick like she always does with respiratory. We heated her up like we always do. We did all the things we did. She appeared to be getting better. We started to see her perk up, not as much saliva, not as much gurgling. And one day we found her and she was dead. Now, the reason I didn't share this with you guys again is because I knew that I would take heat from certain people that said that the reason she died was because of something I did. Just like Sunshine. Oh, look at Sunshine died, now Satan died, and Brian is a horrible person. He's abusing his animals. He doesn't care for his animals. There's a couple of things I want to say about that. Number one, I care so much about my animals, and that is a complete utter insult, not only to me but also to Andrea and Kelsey, who worked their butt off to take care of these animals down in the basement. They put so much into it and I put so much into it, and to say that it's our fault is maddening to me, and it pisses me off more than I could ever say. I lost Sunshine. It was the most emotional loss I ever had. I wasn't surprised about Satan because she had been dealing with this chronic issue for years, and I know through experience, not only my own, but other people's experience, that she would eventually succumb to it. Whether it was this year or 3 years from now, I knew she wasn't going to live a long life because she had this chronic mycoplasma issue. It doesn't spread to other snakes, so that's one of the reasons why you saw a lot of the people that did work with Burmese get into reticulated pythons, because reticulated pythons aren't prone to the same problem that Burmese pythons. I'm going to try to find some articles and put the link down in the description so you guys can read more about this chronic respiratory with Burmese pythons, and don't think I'm just lying to you and feeding you a bill of goods. This happened. It sucks. It's hard. It's tough for me. I hate losing animals. But the truth is, I'm not going to lie to you, when you keep thousands of animals, you're going to have losses. It's going to happen. And it can be something you did, it could be just nature, it could be, they're living animals. A vet friend of mine once said that 3% of every population is sick. So if you have 1,000 snakes, it's pretty evident that you're going to have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 animals that have some kind of a sickness. Whether it's a respiratory or whether it's something else, it doesn't matter. The fact is that there's going to be problems. And that doesn't have to do with your husbandry. Now, if you have 100 snakes and 50 of them are sick, then your husbandry is a problem. But when you have tens of thousands of snakes and 99% of them are healthy, or 99.5% of them are healthy, then you're doing things right. And it sucks that people will take that little percentage that every single collection in the world has, and they're going to use that to spew hate and somehow say that it's my fault or my employee's fault that things happen. I hate to end this vlog on a down note. I'm not going to end it, but I'm going to walk away for a little bit and take a few hours off, and then I'm going to go home and spend some time with Lori and Noah, and I'm sure I'm going to get past this. But I'm sorry I had to share that with you, and I'm sorry that I kept it from you for a few weeks, because I just wanted to really get level-headed in how I was going to explain it to you guys. So there it is. I hope you guys do understand, and realize that my animals mean everything to me. They're the world to me. I mean, every animal I would do anything for. And any employee that's ever worked for me, including the ones that work now, know I will never refuse them anything. If they come to me and say, Brian, I need something, I never say, oh, well, we can't afford it, or that's too much money. I will do whatever I can do for my animals. And I have to continue to find employees, which I have now, that will also do everything they can do for these animals. There it is, man. I don't have anything else to say. Like I said, I'm going to shut it down for a few hours. I'll see you back later on when I regain my positivity. So there we go.